Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the continuation of Unit 4, the design process. Today, we're going to be going into Lesson 8, Designing Apps for Good. Now, when we design an app, there are many processes and steps that you kind of have to go through to make sure that your app is going to work, that it's a viable app, that there are no bugs in it, that it will be something that somebody can use. So that is the first step, or this will be the first step of getting an app together. You'll actually be collaborating with somebody else in your classroom. So part of the collaboration process is getting a contract together, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So to kick off the app design project that lasts through the end of the unit, you're going to first explore a number of apps designed for social impact that have been created by other students. Now, if I did not put those apps down below in the reference section, ask your instructor. They have a complete listing of about 10 apps that you'll be able to go to and take a look at. You're going to then review the define, prepare, try and reflect steps of the problem-solving process as you develop an idea for an app that will have a social impact. Finally, you're going to students will form project teams and lay out a contract for how that team will function throughout the development of the app. Okay, the objectives: develop a plan for collaborating with others to design a computational artifact and describe the target users for a computational artifact, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is look at the overview to kick off the app design project. You're going to organize into teams and start exploring app topics. Several examples of socially impactful apps serve as inspiration for the project. Now remember, if you cannot work in a group, which this video is really not designed for a group project because it's usually the individual looking at the video, you can go ahead into this project as one person. Just do it on your own, and this kind of saves you the collaboration part of it. But so we need to pull up the activity guide. The activity guide is where we get started. Okay, the activity guide, app design kickoff. Team agreement. Your first decision as a team is to agree on how you'll work together. You'll follow up upon classroom norms for communication, decision-making, and participation. There is space for additional agreements as well. Read through the agreement, discuss it as a team, then sign in the box below saying you agree. Okay, the first part, communication. Communication. When working together in the classroom, you must agree that you will treat each other with respect. That means our written and verbal communications will be considerate, no calling each other names. We'll take turns when sharing ideas and listen politely when others are speaking. Boy, what a concept that is. That just follows regular school guidelines, regular classroom guidelines. So when you're in a group of 3 to 5 people, follow the same norms. Have respect for each other. Decision making. When making decisions as a team, we'll first listen to everyone's point of view. We'll then try to make a decision that respects everyone's ideas and that everyone can agree on. You're going to come up with many ideas for this project. If you have 3 to 5 people in your group, there should be 3 to 5 different ideas of what you'd like to do. So to narrow it down is going to be a little tough, but you have to work together to kind of come up with a common denominator, common goal for your app. If this isn't possible after several tries, then we'll fill in the blank. What are you going to do? If you cannot come up with a single idea, what are you going to do? If we still can't decide, then we'll ask the teacher for help. And that's what you need to do. Sometimes the teacher can point you in the right direction. Maybe one app isn't quite the way to go, or maybe isn't quite as good as maybe another that your teacher might want you to go follow that route. So be sure to talk to the teacher about your decision. Once a decision is made, we'll agree to work on it with our best effort, even if it isn't our personal choice, okay? So remember that. Even if it's not your choice, remember, put your best effort into it. Okay, participation. We agree that this project will only succeed if we all participated and are working on it. We promise to try our best on every activity and ask for help if we need it. Turn in our work on time and check in with other team members or our teacher if we miss class so the project can stay on track. Okay, so in the boxes below, sign your name and then put today's date on that. And that's kind of your contract to make sure that you will abide by the rules set forth by your group. Okay, now brainstorming. We're going to get into brainstorming ideas. Now, what I want you to do is go down and look at some of those apps that are available to you. And I will try and put the URLs in and the links in down below. But again, if I cannot get them in the actual video portion of this guide, then go to your teacher and ask them for the reference portion of it. Okay, team name. Choose a team name. Make it fun. Choose a team name for the members of your team. Make it a good name. Make it a name that you all agree on. Topic. What general topic will your app focus on? Don't worry about what specifically the app will do at this point. Just consider what your problem is. What are you interested in? For example, you may consider issues of your school community, encouraging civic service, promoting the arts, improving the environment, or improving health and well-being of others. Okay, so here's some apps I've had in the past. Some apps I've had in the past were an app that was placed in a tennis shoe for a blind person. What the blind person would do on their watch, which had Braille, they would type in the location that they want to go to. And in their tennis shoe would be like a GPS monitor. It would monitor where they were walking to and give them guidance through the tennis shoe. It was kind of a neat little app. They put together, it was a couple years ago, it was put together by a group of students, and it got rid of the cane. So a person wasn't walking around with a cane. They had more of a tennis shoe. And in an earpiece, it would relay the message, turn left, turn right, coming up to a light, and so on. It was a great app. It was very well put together. Okay, so look for something that you think you might be able to help others with. User groups. What kind of people could you develop this app for? Consider all the different groups of users impacted by your chosen topic. Okay, choose a topic that's going to influence people, that'll affect people. Something that is very effective in making a wow factor. Wow, like the tennis shoe. I mean, that was a wow factor for me. Not even thinking out of the box of a cane, but to put that into a tennis shoe and have that available for a blind person is great. It takes away their reliance on a cane. Okay, and then in the bottom, put other notes that you might have. Okay, other notes that you might want to include in your app. Okay, once you've decided on your app and what it's supposed to do, then you're going to start breaking it down. What do you want to put in that app? What little things do you want to add to that? For instance, on the tennis shoe portion, they had to add some kind of GPS monitor, how it would read where a particular light was, a particular sidewalk was, a particular street was. All that had to be involved in the app. So consider all of the necessary items for your app, and then you can put that down in your other notes. Now, this is kind of a short portion. So this is kind of a group thing where you're going to decide on what you want to do, how you want to do it. Now, remember, now you're going to go down and look at the other apps that are available out there. Look at what's other students put together. Get some ideas from that. Draw from that. And if you can't come up with something, be sure to ask your teacher. They're always willing to help you. So, all right, that ends this portion of it. Make sure everybody signs the app or the contract, and you are now ready to go as a group. Now, if you're an individual, just do everything on your own. It's very simple as an individual. You're not taking it as a group, you're taking it as an individual. So good luck and have fun with it. And we'll talk to you in the next unit.